all the gear is slowly like dying and like yeah, you're like trying to adjust. You're fine. You'll be all right. It's all falling apart. By the time E3 ends, it'll be done. So anyway, hi everybody. I'm Sean Snow from Capcom Unity, and I am here with some Capcom Unity members that we actually brought into E3. We gave these guys passes to see the entire show. So for the next hour and a half or so, we're actually going to be talking to all different sorts of community members that we brought in. And these guys are fans. They're going to tell us about what they saw at the show and everything else. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Joseph, AbsoluteZero, Capcom Unity moderator on most of the forums, but I mostly govern but I help out in the Asura's Wrath, Sengoku Basara, and Devil May Cry sections.
I'm MoisesL. I'm also a Capcom Unity moderator. I'm usually sticking to the Monster Hunter section, and yeah.
Cool. So, why don't you talk a little bit about what you've seen here at the Capcom booth? I mean, we're showing off a bunch of different games. I know these guys can only see 5 games that we're showing, but we have way more than just 5 games here at the booth. So, tell us about what's really cool, and yeah, spill the beans. I've been stuck in here, so please enlighten me about what's been going on in the world of Capcom.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Right.
Things that aren't Capcom or are, right?
No, just tell us about what's going on in the Capcom booth. Like,
all right.
What's been cool?
As a Monster Hunter fan, actually, and this is how I'm really going to explain it down to you. I've been overly hyped for Dragon's Dogma. So, you know, finally getting a chance to play it, it was actually really, really good. Oh, sorry. But, yeah, so it turned out, you know, to be really different from, you know, Monster Hunter, but I actually tried my hardest to look at it at, you know, in a Monster Hunter sort of perspective, to where it's like, oh, is this like Monster Hunter, or, you know, how much can I really relate this to said game? And it really is, like they have a lot of, you know, similar things in common, but just some of the features they have in there are amazing. I mean, you got to run up to a monster, you got to climb up on top of it, you got to start just stabbing them in the side, and you just got to keep doing that kind of stuff. But one thing that I really noticed about it is you really, really, really need to be coordinated together. So I'm partnered up with the AI, you know, the computer part, or yeah, computer like allies or whatever. But some of them weren't exactly, you know, because the monster just came on down and just like completely tore them up, you know. And I was like, man, you know, of course real people would do a lot better, but it just kind of happened. So like I'm really excited to, you know, play with real people, you know, when the time comes. And that was confirmed for co-op, wasn't it?
Actually, we're not really talking about anything multiplayer. There will be some online functionality, but we're not going to talk about what that is just yet.
But it's not... Okay, never mind. I'll stop at that. But, yeah, so, I mean, one of the things was for the Chimera, I believe, when it starts flying up in the air, you actually have to, you know, get it down. And the way to do that is have someone enchant your arrows or other... well, depending on what you're using, your attacks to actually do fire damage, and actually try and have it, you know, target the wings, and then it'll just like come crashing down, and then you just like, you know, start beating, you know, the crap out of it while it's on the floor, which is, you know, fun to do because it's just kind of like, you know, whittling around on the floor. But oh man, it's just stuff like that is really what, you know, a lot of people actually ask for in Monster Hunter, and you know, the fact that we get that, you know, in this game is like, you know, it's a big win for us, really.
Cool. Well, these guys can actually see a little bit of what you're talking about right down there in the corner of the screen, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, like cave or something.
It's been awesome. I'd have to say one of the things that like I've really enjoyed, despite Dragon's Dogma, because that captivated me. I played both scenarios that were available, and it totally has me. Like, as a fan of Monster Hunter, like you said, and being able to control many aspects of the game while you're fighting, I'm in love.
So you guys both sound like Monster Hunter fans, then?
Yes, that's why I'm wearing my Tri shirt.
Sorry.
My Monster Hunter Tri launch event shirt. But another thing I liked was Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Really good. I mean, it's different from what we're used to with typical Resident Evil games, but I love the concept of there like being a 3-way brawl between the mercenaries, Umbrella's little faction,
right,
and the BOWs, and you being able to cause chaos by simply like shooting one of the mercenaries. He's bleeding out, and so a BOW will come over and start mauling him, and you can run away and scurry around, and it's awesome. It's just really good. I love it.
Were you playing the 4-player co-op right up here?
I didn't get to go to the main stage to play, but I did play it on the side over here by your
Oh, nice,
window.
yeah.
It's really good. I love it.
Awesome. Are these all linked up here?
Yes.
Cool. I actually have not played anything at the show. I'm not joking when I say I've been in here. So I'm actually excited to hear like all this cool stuff about these games that I've not yet been able to play. So, so what else have you guys been able to see? I mean, one of the things that we have here, I don't know if you guys had a chance to play it, is actually Resident Evil Revelations. I tried so hard to see if we could get direct feed to show these guys that, you know, Resident Evil on the 3DS. Did you guys get a chance to play that?
Not yet.
Not yet?
But I will make my mission to try it before it's over. I did like pass by people and look over their shoulder and watch them play, and it looks really good for being a handheld. It's got a lot to it. I really like it. And just seeing like the demo that plays on the big screen, a little like CG cutscene that they have looping. It looks really good.
Well, I can tell you, it's actually not CG. Everything you see in the trailer for
That's
RE,
in-game?
everything is done in engine. So
Nice.
yeah, that's all gameplay.
Man, then I can't
Beautiful.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a 3DS for that.
So 3DS is the way to go. Hopefully you guys get a chance. You didn't play it, did you, Moises? Or
I played for a bit, but then I completely, you know, I know nothing about the 3DS, so the depth actually kind of hurt my eyes, and I was like, whoa.
3D.
Yeah. And then like
you gotta adjust it just right.
Yeah, I saw that like right before we left. Actually, I saw someone adjusting, and I'm like, oh boy, you know, how come I didn't, you know, even look for that? And I was like, well, I messed up. I'm sorry, but I will get on that. I really will. It looks nice.
Looks like some of these guys are talking at you too. Yeah, there's some Monster Hunter questions, of course. Would you guys want the HD version of Monster Hunter Portable 3rd in the US? Says Mega Man EFG.
Yes. A profound yes. I really want that game.
Well, for Monster Hunter fans, I just got done talking to, well, you guys, I should say. I just got done talking to Christian, and, you know, he said that it's not more of an if, but more of a when. So there's hope for Monster Hunter players in the West, just nothing to talk about yet. I tried squeezing all I could out of him, but that was all I got.
Nice.
Get hype.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm getting it in Japanese.
Have you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys are into our fighting games, but we have a huge fight game showing here. Have you guys tried any of that out?
Yes. I've played a lot of Street Fighter X Tekken, and it's really
Street Fighter
good.
Cross Tekken.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I've played a lot of that, and it's really good. Being a Tekken player myself, it's not all the Tekken moves per se have a smooth transition, but some of them do. So if you know how to use a certain Tekken character, it's pretty good when you try like doing certain moves. So like I've used Kazuya on one of my teams, and I was able to do one of his techniques pretty well, and it translated almost exactly over. So it works, and it's his Electric Wind Godfist, and it goes through fireballs. It goes like under Ryu's fireball.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I liked it. What about you, Mo?
I'm not much of a fighting guy myself, but I watched you and Yama play it up, and you know, honestly, I really, you know, just looking at the graphical style, I mean, it looks really nice. Like that game has me interested. Just like it's visually appealing, and I'm just like staring at it. And you know, I have Marvel, you know, versus Capcom 3, and I haven't really got onto that. And you know, looking at this, it's like, man, you know, I want to jump on this too, but it's like, I'm not a fighting guy. I'm sorry.
I think what Cross Tekken has really done, it's sort of taken that same sort of feel that Marvel had, where it's fun to play even if you've never played a fighting game before, but it has the depth for the pros there. At least I'm not real good at fighting games, but I find myself getting more and more into it anytime there's a build in the office.
Wow.
So
Nice.
The ability there of switching between the two characters tag team style is a lot of fun. So anyway, so what else have you guys seen at E3? Obviously, you haven't been just hanging around the Capcom booth, although I've probably seen you here more than I thought. But you guys have been out and about seeing the rest of the show. I know we're in the West Hall, but there's also the South Hall. Have you guys been around the rest of the show? I mean, what did you see that's cool? Yes, you can mention other games if you want to.
I know you are clamoring to mention a certain game.
We're all gamers here, so if you saw something else not from Capcom, you can say it.
Well,
it's all right.
it's still kind of in the realm of Capcom if you dig fighting, you know, giant things and giant monsters or whatnot. And here we go back to Monster Hunter again. I'm sorry everyone who's watching this who's expecting, you know, anything else, but I mean, I'm the Monster Hunter moderator. What do you want from me? But honestly, Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. I was actually just there right now before I came over here, and you know, the weird part is I didn't expect, you know, the levels to actually be unlockable. Like I think that's actually the full game just sitting over there. So I just started playing, and I fought a giant like queen ant. Like this is your character, and then this is like the ant, like it's like this big, and it's just like shooting out a bunch of little ants at you, and there's just like a bunch of acid raining down on everyone. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I can't wait to play this with friends. So there's gonna be co-op on that, and I'm just super excited. Like it's only gonna be $40 as well. And all right, anyway, I'll stop advertising that.
Surprised you didn't mention Uncharted 3 since that's your baby right
there.
I
was getting to that. I was getting to that. Uncharted 3 is just amazing. Like that line is killer, but it's amazing. That's really what's stopping me from checking out, you know, also the PSV as well as the Wii U. Just those lines, man. Those things are killer. Like even if you have 3 days, there's just so much stuff going around that, you know, you really just don't want to stand there and, you know, look at it. But of course, you know, you're gonna have to, or else you're not gonna see it. But it's just really hard, dude. I mean, it's like, man, I don't want to sit here. You know, there's all kinds of other stuff I could be exploring and checking out, but
yeah, it's definitely difficult to cover. One of the things I didn't get to see yet, but I'm gonna make it make a point to go over there and see it before the day's out is Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the way that looks.
Is it playable here?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it might be. I think you can play it.
Cool.
It looks really good. I've only heard good things about it. I've heard it's really good, but it still has a steep learning curve. Like you have to be careful, or you will die every 5 seconds. It looks awesome. To answer somebody's question, I have played Third Strike Online. Just going back to the Capcom stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely worth getting. Looks great. There's so much content in it, so many things. I can't even begin to describe it, but it's good. I'm gonna get it when it comes out. I know Uncharted 3 is another game that he got me into that I can't wait to play. I didn't get to play yet because the lines are long.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to try that out. Plus, you get a cool T-shirt. So it's been fun checking out everything. It's my first time in Cali overall, so I've been trying to like just soak everything in and try to see a little bit of everything, as hard as that is. But everything, awesome.
Obviously, you know, the first party guys, they're always here with something really cool, with a brand new presence. And this year, I think we saw all 3 of them come to the table with something new. So have you guys seen anything new did you play any of the new Kinect stuff, or any of the stuff on the PS Vita, or the Move for PlayStation, or any of the Nintendo U stuff?
no. I really
We've been slacking in that aspect, but
we have. We have, and I'm sorry.
I know I saw a few
Those are
things.
probably also, I would say, the longest lines.
Yeah.
Yes, those are the most brutal lines.
Yeah, there's a huge line around the PlayStation booth.
Yeah.
I think because you know how big the booths are. I think from left to right, there's a line going around the whole thing just to see the Vita, and I just enjoyed seeing it from far because I'm not going to sit on that line. But it looks really good. The concept, seeing it from far. They all have stations where Astro A40 headsets are hooked up everywhere for people to listen to it, and it looks great.
Cool.
It's been phenomenal seeing everything out there.
You played a little bit of Operation Raccoon City,
Yeah.
right?
We
Yes,
were talking that
yes,
a
I
little
did.
bit. So looks like Jay Spartan 10 asks, have you played a little of Operation Raccoon City? So I know you talked a little bit about it, like, you know, the various BOWs,
Yeah.
just sort of like 3-point action that you have going on with the Spec Ops guys, you as Umbrella, and then of course all the BOWs and zombies.
Yeah, it's really good. I know.
What class did you play as?
I chose Umbrella. Fan of Umbrella. It was really good. I chose the Spec Ops class, like the Recon guy, who had a silenced item, because I figured that might help so the zombies can't hear me, they won't flip out.
Yeah.
But it was really good. The controls are very fluid and intuitive. They're really well done. Like you can dash in, you zoom in really well. Like typical. If you're a fan of like usual third-person shooters or third-person shooters in general, you'll like it. But if you're a fan of Resident Evil, you can approach it also. I love the mechanics in the game. Like I was being mauled by zombies and I fought them off. But then when I got shot by another human, the game informed me that I was actually physically bleeding out. And more zombies started rushing towards me and going nuts. So I had to
That's really cool.
Run for cover and just go nuts and start beating them up. So good.
I'm going to throw another question on there. One of the things that's been growing for us at Capcom is actually our mobile stuff. Did you guys get a chance to play any of the mobile games? Like I think we also have Monster Hunter Dynamic Hunting over there. Did you guys try it?
I played Dynamic Hunting, and
what do you think?
I'm not much of a mobile guy or anything really like involving touch, but you know, for an iPhone game that was actually really cool. Like I've never actually played an iPhone game either. at least that I can remember. But yeah, you know, I actually had a hard time. I guess I didn't really read the instructions I should have, but I didn't really know how to dodge and whatnot. So
2 fingers swipe.
Two fingers.
So 2 fingers swipe and then you roll. 2 fingers also blocks with greatsword or sword and shield. I know.
Nice.
Sorry, I played a lot of this game.
Yeah, I used the greatsword. And I fought a Daimyo Hermitar, and he killed me. Yeah, he killed me like 3 times in a row. And after a while, I was just like scratching my head, thinking, "What do I do? How do I what? How am I supposed to kill this guy?"
They give you bombs on that mission actually. So you just
Oh yeah, I saw those. I didn't really.
you just throw the
click on
bombs
him?
out. Throw the bombs out. He'll stagger and then you just wail on him.
Ah.
Get him next time.
I'm not used to the whole touch
That's all right.
thing.
So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about that these guys might be interested in? Anything else you want to say about anything? Well, you know what? I do know there is one thing that Moises wants to probably talk about.
Oh, right.
You just started a new podcast for Monster Hunter players out there, didn't you?
Yes, it is titled The Well Done Podcast. Kind of
Very
like the
fitting.
Well Done Steak. Very. Very.
Oh yes.
We just started that actually. We're barely on episode 2. There'll probably be an episode 3 out right now if you know I wasn't here. Yeah, so pretty much what we do is we invite Capcom Unity Monster Hunter fans or just members in general really, and we just get them on here and we just play with them and chat and pretty much interview them, like have you guys get to know that person a little bit more and see what's inside their head of what they would want or expect about Monster Hunter, what even they like about it. That way you can feel a little bit closer to them, kind of keep it together with the community. Yeah, so that was really our whole plan on it.
Where can these guys see it at?
It's actually in the forums right now, in the Monster Hunter Try forums, I believe, and we have it uploaded on YouTube. Unfortunately, we have it in parts because I actually don't have a.
But you guys got a channel, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's youtube.com/welldonepodcast. Just the channel's name is the Well Done Podcast. Yeah, unfortunately, the episodes are in parts though because we don't exactly have a. I'm not even sure what it's called. Is it like a partnership or something? It's after a while you get promoted to have like unlimited length of video. So we're kind of trying to hit that amount of views or subscribers to where we can just upload the whole thing in one part. So it'd be nice if you guys can help with that. But if not, that's cool too.
Awesome. All right, guys. So go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. I know I've watched it. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. Now you can answer the question. Is there anything else at the show that you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, like I've looked around and there are many things that are interesting, but every time I try to think about what other games are out there besides a few of the obvious ones, my mind kind of goes blank and I just revert back to the Capcom games I'm anxious to play. Like Shura's Wrath isn't playable, but there's a trailer that every time I see it, I stop in my tracks and stare at it like a deer in the headlights. I just can't stop looking at it. And,
I forgot about that. Yeah, the trailers. I mean,
so
there's games here that aren't playable, but we're still all hyped up about them. Like DMC. Like DMC isn't exactly playable here, but we saw the new trailer, and I'm sure you guys did too. Pretty sure Snow posted it
Yeah,
up.
I went bonkers. I saw that trailer and just can't wait. I'm dying to play that game.
Yeah, I mean, aside from what's happened with the changes involving Dante, it's really just kind of fell down for me. It's just really like, oh well. He's got black hair and he looks different now. All right, and then I saw the gameplay and I was like, yes, this is Devil May Cry. And then, that's really where I was most concerned about about the whole game because I'm actually a Devil May Cry fan and I have played 1 through 3 and 4 as well.
Being a moderator who is mainly in that section, I hear a lot of concern from certain users and whatnot, and I know their concerns were not only his style, because they've been mad that they think that the focus is only on his look, which it isn't. I know they were concerned about the Unreal Engine and the developer Ninja Theory, which everybody has their own opinion about. Everybody was concerned about different things, and then after seeing it, that cleared any kind of doubt in my mind. Seeing that trailer and just talking with Eric, I saw Eric right after he was done with his interview. Everything. I'm sold on the game. I can't wait to play it myself.
Awesome. We're actually we're gonna have going to have an interview up that we did yesterday. We'll put it up on Capcom Unity tomorrow, but we got both producers, both the Japanese producer, Ishiro-san, and our American producer, Alex Jones.
Sweet.
Both those guys came in here and impromptu came in and talked about the game and the trailer. So there's going to be some new stuff out there. If you missed it live, it'll be on Capcom Unity. I'm sure you guys probably didn't even see it either, so you were out here at the show. So.
I try to be here on time, to actually catch them and be like, hi, I saw the trailer. It looked nice. Please take a picture with me. But I was too late, and I was like, oh, I actually just missed them. So that was unfortunate for me. There's some guy.
We're in a glass tube, so people are slowly humping the glass outside of here. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and putting up fan signs that say, please marry me.
Yeah.
It's weird. Mostly for snow, though.
Yeah.
I'm a Tekken man, guys. All right, guys. If there's anything else you want to mention, now's the time to do it. It looks like we're running up on our time, and we're going to bring in a couple other fans that we invited out. So, yeah.
Yes. So, wait, you want us to ask them questions or ask you questions? Or?
It's just if there's anything else you want to say before the show ends.
Oh, shout out to everybody from Unity. I enjoy, talking to everybody on a daily. These guys, few of the people like Yama, was kind enough to let me stay at his place while I was in California. D-Bang Bro, one of the users who actually lives in my neighborhood from Unity, who is a very cool guy and whatnot. Just everyone who made it possible for me to get here, despite my crazy actions to get here.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, you came all the way from New York, sold a few things, and made it all the way out here to C3 anyway.
More like a few consoles.
So was it worth it?
Yes, well worth it. Despite
Awesome.
the fact that I got to buy them back, it was well worth it.
How about you, Moy?
Wow. Well, first off, let me thank you, and the rest of Capcom for, getting me here, because
We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much I really do. But yeah, I like to say hi to Kanti and Kendall, the Well Done podcast. Also to all you Monster Hunter fans out there, come join us sometime. It'll be a lot of fun. I mean, we'll chat about stuff and Felvine bomb each other and say rude and vulgar things to each other. That we'll probably edit out because we're not supposed to do that. But anyway, I like to say sorry to my girlfriend, who I haven't really been texting or calling too much. I mean, kind of stuck right here, doing stuff. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Capcom live stream for apology. I think that's a first.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's watching.
I hope so too.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
It's been great. Stay tuned. We're going to bring in some more fans. We'll see what they think, see what they loved, see if they hated anything, any of that. So we'll see you guys in just a bit.